In a world where governments are prohibiting the production of petrol cars, is electricity the way forward? Grab your popcorn, sit down, and let's take a trip down this fascinating topic. But before we explore the interesting world of engines and electrical power, let's take a moment to understand the basics of how these two systems work. Let's start with combustion engines. To get your car moving, it all starts with fossil fuel, like petrol or diesel, in the fuel tank. The fuel is then carried through the fuel lines into the piston. As the fuel ignites, the resulting expanding gases push the pistons, which in turn spins the crankshaft. This kinetic energy is then transferred into the wheels, allowing the car to move forward. Now with electrical vehicles, electrical power is generated by taking electricity from the batteries placed in the car, converting it into power, which is then pushed to the electrical motor. Then the motor distributes the power to each of the wheels, allowing you to drive to your heart's content. Electric vehicles are a more eco-friendly option when compared to combustion engine vehicles, due to the remarkable difference in their environmental impact. For every liter of fuel consumed by a combustion engine vehicle, it releases a staggering 2,700 grams of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. In contrast, electric vehicles emit significantly lower amounts of carbon dioxide. To put this into perspective, 60 grams of carbon dioxide is equivalent to the size of one everyday lighter. If you were to drive a combustion engine vehicle that consumed 1 liter of fuel, it would release the same amount of carbon dioxide as 45 liters. This highlights the importance of considering the environmental impact of vehicles when making a choice. If we all switched to driving electric vehicles, we could potentially reduce the average amount of carbon dioxide that is released into the environment by 15% each year. This would have a massive impact on our planet and our lives. So after hearing all this, you would automatically assume that electric cars are significantly better for the environment than petrol cars, right? Well, not exactly. Most electrical charging stations in the UK are powered by diesel generators. Yes, that's right, you can look it up. Which may not be as harmful to the environment as petrol cars, but they still contribute significantly to the daily carbon dioxide emissions. Moreover, the production of electric vehicles requires a large amount of batteries, leading to more factories and construction work that hurt the environment. In the short term, the shift to electric vehicles may result in more carbon dioxide emissions than sticking with gasoline-powered vehicles. However, in the long run, electric vehicles have the potential to become 100% eco-friendly. It's a complex issue with both pros and cons. But one thing is for sure, we need to prioritize the health of our planet and make conscious decisions that benefit the environment. While most mechanics know the ins and outs of a combustion engine, very few know anything about the new era of electric vehicles. This means it will take years of education and training to bring them up to speed. In the meantime, all the responsibility for maintaining these electric vehicles will fall on the companies that produce them. This will require more time, effort and resources, leading to an increased CO2 emissions compared to taking the vehicle to a local mechanic. Additionally, electric vehicles are more expensive to maintain due to their costly batteries and expensive materials used in their production. It's safe to say that this shift towards electric power will cause a significant disruption in the car industry for the first few years. But don't worry, electric vehicles are reliable and sustainable enough to compete with traditional combustion engines. This means that after the beginning phase of switching from combustion to electric is complete, it will be smooth as butter. The UK's 2035 ban on buying petrol-powered cars ban is part of the government's plan to achieve net zero emissions by 2050, and it will encourage the adoption of electric cars which are more sustainable and environmentally friendly. While this ban may be difficult for car enthusiasts who prefer traditional combustion engines, it's essential to consider the bigger picture and the impact that our choices have on the environment. The transition to electric vehicles may not be very easy, but it's necessary if we want to create a more sustainable future for ourselves and for our future generations. In conclusion, while electric cars may be the future, it's essential to remember that they're not a panacea for all our environmental problems. As we've seen, they come with their own set of challenges and limitations. Can we agree with our take on this topic? Be sure to tell us in the comments section, and be sure to like and subscribe for future uploads.